Greetings and welcome to all. Bill Klein and Dr. Jennifer Arnold from TLC's The Little Couple, one of the most adored couples on reality TV, are being revealed today. For more than 10 years, their heartwarming tale of love, family, and conquering obstacles as small individuals in a vast globe captivated us. However, a tempest was building beneath the smiles and prearranged scenes. The mansion owned by Bill Klein sold for $1.1 million. Officially, Jennifer Arnold and Bill Klein are no longer together. Lastly, Bill Klein was arrested. This goes beyond mere rumors. It's the unvarnished truth that will make you reevaluate all of your preconceived notions. Press the subscribe button. Since you must know the climb in order to comprehend the collapse, let's begin at the beginning. Jennifer Arnold and Bill Klein met in a hospital waiting room when they were young. They both have skeletal dysplasia, a type of dwarfism, at birth. Their common experiences in a world not designed for them helped them to bond. They are in their 20s now. Bill, a shrewd businessman, and Jen, a talented neonatologist, reconnected online. They fell in love right away. They promised to overcome life's challenges together when they were married in a dream wedding on St. John Island in 2008. The Little Couple, which TLC debuted in 2009 after seeing potential, ran for 14 seasons till 2019. It was a successful show. In 2013, we saw them adopt their daughter Zoey from India and their son Will from China. When Jen fought cancer in 2013, we applauded. They relocated from Houston to St. Petersburg, Florida, with Bill at their side every step of the way. In 2017, they purchased a gorgeous $2.1 million waterfront mansion as a testament to their accomplishment. Even so, fissures were beginning to appear. They sold that ideal Florida property for an incredible $3.64 million in 2022, moving to Boston because of Jen's esteemed position at Boston Children's Hospital. Supporters believed it to be merely another chapter. We had no idea that it was the start of the end. Imagine a seemingly unshakable family. Rocky and Maggie's is the pet store owned by Bill, a fun-loving father with a sense for business. As she navigates her own health issues, Jen, the committed physician, saves small lives. Teenagers Will and Zoey are doing well in spite of their personal dwarfism. However, rumors circulate that the first domino was the 2022 relocation to Boston. Born and raised in New York, Bill found it difficult to cope with the harsh New England winters and the separation from his business origins. Bill had to take up more of the home front because Jen's busy profession required long hours. There was simmering tension. Argument rumors start to circulate on social media by 2023. Jen's cryptic tweets on overcoming Bill's absences and finding fortitude during family vacations. Let's go ahead to early 2024. According to others close to the couple, including former show production crew, the epidemic had made their problems worse. The facade fell apart without any cameras rolling. Jen's medical celebrity apparently overshadowed Bill. When Bill's business endeavors began to drag him away, Jen became frustrated. They attempted counseling, but it wasn't enough. Citing irreconcilable differences, Jen filed for divorce in a Massachusetts court in Suffolk County in March 2024. At first, the filing was kept under wraps, but by July 2025, it was well known. Only a few days ago, on August 3, 2025, when this video was released, the divorce was formally completed. Bill Klein and Jennifer Arnold were no longer a relationship after 17 years of marriage. They issued a combined statement that was incredibly tactful. Despite our decision to divorce, we are still dedicated to co-parenting our wonderful kids, Will and Zoey. We requested seclusion during this trying period, but in the social media world, privacy is unattainable. Let's dissect the specifics. Publicly available court documents reveal a friendly but emotional division. The split of assets was crucial. Their estimated net value from the show was $3.5 million. Speaking engagements and enterprises, Jen kept primary custody of the children, while Bill received considerable child support and visits. They will agree to pay half of the medical and educational costs in addition to $5,000 every month. The house, however, was the true shocker. The house, they purchased that Boston mansion in 2022 for $2.1 million. A huge 5,000 square foot jewel with views of the ocean, a home office for Jen, and special adjustments for their stature. It was meant to be their permanent residence. However, it was put on the market in May 2025 as part of the divorce settlement. Due to the stigma of celebrity controversy and a cooling real estate market, it languished after being listed for $2.5 million. There weren't many bidders. Ultimately, it sold for $1.1 million at a fire sale on July 15, 2025. An incredible loss of $1 million. Why so low? Bill pushed for a speedy sale, according to insiders, in order to unload assets and move on. The buyer, an unidentified Silicon Valley tech executive, was attracted to the changes and privacy. Picture the scene. Memories are being packed up by movers. Will be soccer trophies. Zoey's art materials. The kitchen where numerous family dinners were filmed. Bill was already looking forward to a new chapter, while Jen reportedly held back tears as she signed the documents. Fans on Reddit and Twitter exploded. How could they sell that beautiful home for peanuts? One user posted, "This divorce is destroying everything we loved about them." But the house sale was just the tip of the iceberg. The real drama was brewing in Bill's personal life. Whispers of cheating had haunted the couple for years, but in the divorce filings, it came to light. According to a close friend who spoke anonymously to US Weekly, Bill had been involved with a woman named Samantha Reyes, a 35-year-old marketing consultant from New York. They met in 2021 during one of Bill's business trips for his pet store expansion. Samantha, tall and glamorous, was everything the show hadn't shown. A secret escape from the pressures of fame and family. The affair allegedly started innocently. Coffee meetings turning into dinners, texts evolving into late-night calls. By 2022, as the family settled in Boston, Bill was making excuses to travel. Work in Atlanta, he'd say, but hotel receipts showed Miami getaways with Samantha. Jen discovered it in November 2023 when a mutual friend snapped a photo of Bill and Samantha at an Orlando hotel pool and sent it to her. Confrontation ensued. Bill denied at first, but phone records, steamy messages, shared photos sealed the deal. "I felt like my world shattered," Jen reportedly confided to a colleague. The divorce papers hinted at marital misconduct, code for infidelity. Samantha, unaware at first of Bill's double life, ended up staying with him post-split. In a twist that shocked everyone, Bill and Samantha tied the knot in a secret ceremony in Key West in March 2025, just weeks after the divorce filing went public. Photos leaked on TMZ show a beachside vow exchange with only a handful of guests. Dee beaming in a linen suit and Samantha in a flowing white dress. "He's finally free," a source said. But freedom came at a cost. The public backlash was swift and brutal. Jen's Instagram followers surged as she posted empowering messages. "Stronger every day, grateful for my kids and my work." Bill, on the other hand, faced a torrent of hate. "Cheater. You ruined the little couple." Comments flooded his profiles. Will and Zoey, now 15 and 14, were caught in the crossfire. Sources say they're in therapy, struggling with the split. Will, the outgoing one, has been acting out at school while Zoey withdraws into her art. Jen's focused on stability, enrolling them in Boston's top schools for little people support programs. But the story doesn't end with the divorce. Just when we thought the drama peaked, Bill Klein's arrest hit the headlines like a thunderbolt. It was August 6, 2025, a mere 3 days after the divorce finalized. Bill, perhaps celebrating his new life or drowning his sorrows, headed to Seaport Grill, a trendy Boston seafood spot overlooking the harbor. He was with Samantha and a couple of friends toasting to fresh starts. But the night turned ugly fast. Eyewitness accounts paint a chaotic picture. A 38-year-old local man, let's call him Mark, recognized Bill from the show and approached for a selfie. Words were exchanged. Mark allegedly made a snide remark about the divorce. So traded in the little wife for a tall one. Ha! Fueled by booze and repressed emotions, Bill lost his temper and began yelling, "Mind your own business." Bill shouted. Pushes followed. A glass shattered on the floor, cutting Mark's hand. Security intervened, but police were called. Bill was arrested on the spot for disorderly conduct and misdemeanor assault. Handcuffed and let out, paparazzi sworn. Bail was set at $500, which Sama posted immediately. His mugshot disheveled, eyes red, went viral. Court date, Next month, September 2025. Bill's legal team claims self-defense. Mr. Klein was provoked and reacted in the heat of the moment. The prosecutors aren't buying it, citing witnesses who say Bill threw the first shove. The fallout massive. TLC, who had been in talks for a little couple revival, pulled the plug. "We can't associate with this," an exec told Variety. Jen issued a statement. "My focus is on our children. I wish Bill well, but privately she's furious. The arrest could impact custody if it escalates." Fans are divided. Some sympathize with Bill's stress. Others call for accountability. He was a role model. Now he's just another fallen star. One exposed read, "Let's pause and go deeper into who Bill Klein really is, because understanding the man behind the myth makes this story even more tragic." Born William Klein on October 13, 1974 in Port Jefferson, New York, Bill grew up in a loving but challenging environment. His parents, Barbara and William Sr., both average height, raised him and his two brothers with resilience as the family motto. Bill faced bullying in school, kids calling him names, excluding him from sports. But he turned it into fuel, excelling in academics and developing a sharp wit. After high school, Bill attended New York University, earning a degree in biology. He dreamed of medicine, but pivoted to sales, climbing the corporate ladder. Then came the meeting with Jen in 2006 via a dating site for little people. Their first date, a picnic in Central Park. She was smart, funny, everything. Bill later said in interviews, "The show catapulted them to fame, but fame has its price." Bill launched Rocky and Maggie's in 2011, named after their dogs, turning it into a multi-million-dollar brand with online sales and pop-up shops. Jen, born March 12, 1974 in Orlando, Florida, had a similar upbringing. Diagnosed with spondylofacial dysplasia at birth, she underwent over 30 surgeries as a child. Her drive led her to Johns Hopkins for medical school, specializing in neonatology. "I want to help babies like I was helped." She often said their adoption journey was heartfelt. Traveling to China for Will, facing bureaucracy, then India for Zoey. The show documented it all, from emotional breakdowns to triumphant homecomings. But post-show, life changed. No more producers scripting happy endings. The 2020 pandemic locked them down in Florida, amplifying small issues. Bill's business suffered from supply chain woes. Jen's hospital work intensified with COVID. The move to Boston was Jen's dream, a simulation educator role at Harvard-affiliated hospital. Bill supported it publicly, but privately resented leaving sunny Florida. "Boston's too fast-paced, too cold," he confided to friends. By 2023, the affair with Samantha was in full swing. Samantha, a divorced mom of one, worked for a pet marketing firm, ironic given Bill's business. They bonded over industry events. Texts leaked post-divorce show passionate exchanges. "Can't wait to see you again," Little wrote. "You're my escape." Jen's discovery was devastating. She confronted him in their Boston kitchen, kids asleep upstairs. "How could you do this to us?" she cried. Bill packed a bag that night. The house sale became symbolic. The Boston mansion at 123 Harborview Lane was a 6-bedroom colonial with accessibility ramps, lowered counters, and a home gym. Bought for $2.1 million, it appreciated slightly, but the divorce forced a rush. Real estate agent Lisa Thompson handled it. It was emotional. They loved that house. The $1.1 million sale closed quickly, with Bill taking a cut for his new life. He reportedly used his share to buy a modest $800,000 condo in New York closer to Samna. Now the arrest grill 8 p.m. on August 6th. Bill ordered lobster rolls and cocktails. Mark, a fan turned heckler, approached. Words escalated. "You're a disgrace to little people," Mark allegedly said. Thipsay retorted. "My life is unknown to you." Press. Shove. Glass shatters. Minor injuries are described in the police report. Mark needs sutures. D's blood alcohol level was barely over the legal limit at 9. Charged with a misdemeanor of Class B. If found guilty, he could spend up to 6 months. Samantha supported him, writing on her private Instagram, "We all make mistakes. Love prevails." However, Jen is stepping up her legal defense and is requesting complete custody if the situation worsens. Samantha's first infraction probably entails probation. It's heartbreaking that Zoey reportedly asked Jen, "Why is Dad in trouble?" while the children are safe. Dr. Emily Hart is a psychologist who specializes in celebrity breakups. After their show, reality TV couples frequently suffer. The ongoing scrutiny exacerbates common marital problems. D's incarceration and affair point to a midlife crisis or underlying depression. Former co-star of a different TLC program. During crossovers, we observed indicators. Bill was aloof. Jen overcompensated by being overly optimistic. Bill is currently out on bail and living quietly in New York as of August 9, 2025. Samantha is with him, possibly organizing a larger wedding. Jen is back at work sharing pictures of the kids. Will at the soccer camp. Zoey's artwork. Estimates indicate that Bill pays $10,000 each month, but there is no information on alimony. Will the small pair be back? Jen might receive a solo show, but that's unlikely. Healing Hearts, Dr. Jen. He is making a proposal for a business reality show, Bill. This tale serves as a reminder that love is brittle and celebrity is ephemeral. Bill Klein's life is a cautionary tale, filled with judicial dramas and $1.1 million house sales. What are your thoughts? Leave a comment below. Forgive Bill or support Jen. Additional updates. A significant milestone in Proud Mom's last post was the little couple fans crying over Jen Arnold and Bill Klein's son. Additionally, the son of Jen Arnold and Bill Klein will appear quite mature in the new picture once the play ends. Jen Arnold shares adorable pictures of Will and Zoey, two children, trick-or-treating in a neighborhood in Florida. I'll tell you all about it. Klein and the small couple embark on a new pastime, the ocean. After the young couple completed filming, Dr. Jen Arnold shared updates about her kids, Will and Zoey, on social media, and Will Klein recently discovered a new hobby. The former TLC star is returning to a pastime he enjoyed as a little boy. Despite his adult stature, will he follow through on it this time? As seen on TLC, Will Klein and his sister Zoey had a history of thriving aboard boats. They were astonished to learn that they would be relocating to Boston, Massachusetts. Although there are boats and beach activities there as well, the milder weather was initially thought to be something that kids would hate. They adapted, and they now seem to be happy in their new residences. In addition to playing lacrosse, Will has recently taken up another hobby. One can reminisce about all the awesome things Will and Zoey were doing while the show aired on TLC. Zoey immediately shared Will's desire of becoming an astronaut after they visited NASA together as a young couple. Among other things, as seen on TLC, they went swimming at the aquarium and the museum. Viewers saw an episode where they went sailing around 4 years ago. Jen Arnold sent a particularly grainy image to Instagram this week. Indeed, she might have taken it while sailing in choppy waters. Her remark, "So proud of Will Klein 63 for getting back in the sailboat again," however, provided TLC viewers the clue. Will Klein is currently 13 years old. In case you didn't know, he seemed to be ready for a sailboat of a more substantial size than the little optimist Dingy. Since fans of the little couple still hold Jen Arnold's family in high regard, they wasted no time leaving comments on the page. Actually, many would be overjoyed if TLC revived the show. "Good for Will," exclaimed one of his followers. Will appeared to be a brave young man, according to another follower. The truth is that he must be, as growing older presents more physical difficulties for children. Bill, who is the dad of Will and Zoey, recently made headlines for visiting a spine expert in New York due to an issue he's been dealing with. There are a lot of orthopedic and neurological issues associated with being a little person. Jen Arnold noted greater dangers in the early years and later in life. "I wish Will the best of luck with his new sailing pastime, and hope he can keep it up for a long time." Does Will's decision to learn to sail the ocean make him a courageous young man? Post your thoughts in the space provided, and be sure to check back with TV shows Ace for any updates regarding TLC's The Little Couple. Little Couple fans in tears over Jen Arnold and Bill Klein's son was major milestone in Proud Mom's new post. As Jen proudly proclaimed that her 13-year-old son will scored his first goal in a lacrosse game, she couldn't help but beam with joy. A touching photo of the adolescent in his outfit with a lacrosse ball in his hand was shared by the 49-year-old. Will's expression was one of extreme happiness. My parents taught me that I can do anything I put my heart, mind, and soul into, and we try to teach the saying to our kids. Jen shared these words of inspiration in the caption. Hard work and perseverance are rewarded, as we'll demonstrate it today. I am so pleased that he scored his first goal in lots of kind words, including one from Will's grandparents poured into the comments area. Thanks a lot, Will. Keep having fun, being a good teammate, being healthy, playing smart, and giving it your all on and off the field, and you'll succeed in life. We're all proud of you. Warm regards, Grandpa and Nanai. Lots of other admirers went after them. Great job, Will. Someone yelled out, and someone else chimed in with congratulations to Will. Huge congrats. Would have loved to have been there to witness that. A third person said, what an admiral. One more person said, not an easy thing to do. Fantastic work. In addition, a fan wrote, your folks are right, Will, praising Will's parents. Consider the possibilities. Well done on the goal. As Jen and Bill Klein get back on their feet following the cancellation of their program does something. Fans have been patiently waiting for the return of the little couple since 2019, but the show has been off broadcast since then. Even though the little couple was not airing on March 14, 2022, the trademark was renewed by Discovery Communications. According to an earlier story in the U.S. Sun, Jen and Bill's costly litigation with producers is supposedly to blame for the show's delay. The celebrity discussed her future plans in an Instagram live video. According to her, she went live to introduce herself and announce the launch of their new show. I'm thrilled to have pediatricians here to help you and me raise healthy children. The former TLC performer shared her excitement about an upcoming new venture in the video, saying, just wanted to reach out and let everybody know how excited I am about it. She continued, we have a new podcast that's coming out. Boston Children's Answers. Kids Health is the name of the program. It has to do with Boston Children's, my new hospital. If you have children, know someone who does, or are simply like me, a kid at heart, you might want to pay attention. Jen has accumulated great experience caring for her children, Will and Zoey, in her capacity as host of Just. Finding the right pediatrician is just one of several topics covered in this episode, which also focuses on sports medicine, injury prevention, screen time, and electronic devices, as she just revealed. Little couple's Jen Arnold says she caught her 13-year-old son Will again after he was disciplined for cursing on TikTok. Jen concluded by saying, I'm really excited. Please let me know how I'm doing because this is my first podcast. What I really hope is that it empowers parents everywhere to give our children the greatest care possible. Instagram users shared pictures of Dr. Jen's 13-year-old child wearing smart clothing. Will was wearing a blue button-up shirt with a blue, white, and orange design underneath his matching blue sweater vest. He seemed ready for the night after putting on jeans and black sneakers. Bill Klein smiled and put his arm around his son's shoulder as he stood proudly behind his father. Before tagging her show and adding the adjective handsome, Jen captioned the collection, I caught you all dressed up. Fans supported the hashtag description in the comments section. Will is extremely mature, as one fan said. It seems like yesterday that I was holding him as a cute little baby boy. Really cute picture of a father and son. What a handsome young dude. He is so gorgeous, another person commented. He exudes an air of self-assurance. Superb work. The response was much more positive than it had been in September, when Jen's child was criticized for his participation in a controversial TikTok trend. Videos of the 13-year-old dancing enchantedly to well-known tunes are regularly uploaded. This time, however, the teenager listened to the 36 Mafia's Half on a Sack, a song that utilizes profanity and slurs while celebrating narcotics. After admirers expressed their ire in the comments section, the family removed the post from all of their social media accounts, including Instagram and TikTok, according to a quick internet search. I'm really disappointed. He used to be so kind when he was younger, a commenter under the initial post said. A second person commented, I can't believe your parents would let you listen to this trash. A third person pleaded saying, I really don't think my parents would approve of this song. Does anyone check his social media accounts? Well, that was a cool dance. Unfortunately, I have a feeling your folks won't be happy with the music selections. An additional observer merely said, really bad song choice. Jen swiftly responded by limiting Will's time on TikTok and pleaded with followers to pardon her son. A brief video that Jen posted to her Instagram reel detailed her problems with social media. "I went through one of those challenging weeks with digital media and kids," the TLC star admitted. "As parents, it's not easy right now. Nowadays, everything is about social media and the latest trends. We're having a hard time keeping up. Guiding our children is a challenge for us in order for the next generation to find their way around." Then she added, "I don't know if any of you like me struggle with letting our kids have social media." Will shared a cute dance with a regrettably inappropriate song playing in the background. Bill's wife made a comment about his shortcomings in the caption. "We discussed with him, agreed to make better decisions because his social media is viewed more, and that means he has a greater responsibility if he would like to use it." Jen said, "I hope you all will give Will some grace on this, as he is like so many kids out there, new to social media and still learning." Jen Arnold and Bill Klein's son Will, 12, looks so grown up in new photo after show disappeared. However, a new family portrait shocked admirers by showing how mature 12-year-old Will, who is the son of Jen and Bill, appeared. The family doctor posted a photo of her grandchildren helping their granny construct a gingerbread house to Instagram on Monday. Zoey, the preteen's little sister, was struggling to hold up the enormous dessert in the photo, but the preteen grinned for the camera anyhow. Barbara, Bill's mom, stepped in at the perfect moment to help the tiny one by grabbing the corner. However, viewers were taken aback by Will's apparent age gain and expressed their disbelief in the comments area. "Will is now incredibly tall. They are definitely no longer infants," she said. "I don't know where the time goes. I'm in shock at how much the kids, Will in particular, have grown." In the second most gushing video of him, he was saying "Tada" while doing something on the wall. A fourth said, "Wow, Will and Zoey are just blowing up in size," echoing the third. "They're maturing so quickly. Zoey is simply amazing, and Will is a charming young man. It brings me joy to watch your beautiful family grow. I hope the best for you." "What is Will's age? He already looks like a man," asked a fifth visitor. "You know, I wonder how old Will is. He seems very youthful. It seems like only yesterday that you all brought him home as a baby." According to one finalist, Dr. Jen Arnold and her husband Bill triumphantly returned to reality television this month with their own TLC program after a brief sabbatical. The two will appear in the HGTV series Farmhouse Fixer's forthcoming episode. Jen offered an enthusiastic update on their upcoming visit, along with a number of behind-the-scenes photos. She posted a picture of herself and 48-year-old Bill smiling with one of the show's hosts inside a barn. Finding our farmhouse, Jen and her spouse were posed in a kitchen in another snap. She included a comment that read, "Our debut in home, design and lifestyle," encouraging her 1.1 million followers to watch the episode on Wednesday. She finished the sentence because she had a lot of farmhouses and little time. Her subsequent Instagram story had her and Bill standing next to Christina, the fashion designer and host Jonathan Knight, in another empty room. To promote the show's airing, the reality star once again tagged HGTV and Discovery. With the help of a farmhouse fixer, Jen and Bill purchased a $2.1 million home earlier last year. The family had to move from Florida to Massachusetts for her new job at the Harvard Medical School Teaching Hospital and Boston Children's Hospital. So they did as did their kids, Will and Zoey. Only the U.S. Sun published the first pictures of their recently renovated house. The house had a gray roof, white siding, a seating area, and numerous windows that let in natural light. The home had an open floor plan with a gas fireplace, bookcases, hardwood floors, recessed lighting, and artisan millwork. The outdoor deck was accessible from the living room. The house also has a balcony, a built-in barbecue outdoors, a fire pit, and a 3-car garage. Duran Arnold shares adorable pictures of Will and Zoey trick-or-treating in a neighborhood in Florida. William stood for the picture wearing brown slacks, a blue shirt, and what looked to be a white lab coat. He is shown in some of the photos holding a candy bag and a sickle. Sister Zoey was dressed in complementary colored tutu and a skeleton top. The picture showed a jack-o'-lantern candy bag hung over her arm. "Another amazing Halloween is over." Jen wrote a caption for the set of pictures that featured 2 more kids dressed as animals. "Trick-or-treating with wonderful friends was enjoyable." The photos included Will, Zoey, and their friends grinning widely. Bill Klein, my father, was conspicuously absent from the excursion. He had a series of operations to remove bone fragments following an accident in August. He has been recovering ever since. The TLC personality shared a picture of the excised arm bone on Instagram in October. He also showed off his new scar, jokingly labeling the picture, "The kids think I look like something from #Nightmare Before Christmas." He informed his followers that Nil had recently had 4 surgeries. The newest member of my team of highly skilled orthopedic doctors, Darley, believes we are recovering. Bill is far from finished, despite having had 4 surgeries and other non-surgical procedures. He will soon undergo another surgery. According to his social media posts, he wrote, "Next up, Arnold and the other hip." Bill began having surgery in early October after suffering an injury in August. When trying to avoid a little swarm of wasps, the little couple actor hurt himself, he told his fans. The doctors advised surgery after he broke his elbow. Despite being necessary, the surgery was deemed elective due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Not today. What are your thoughts on today's gossip? Please share your thoughts in the comments section, and subscribe to our channel to receive future updates of similar kind. Thank you.